Here in the top of the fifth inning, Pam Ward and Jenny Dalton Hill joining you on a beautiful night. It was 81 degrees at game time, cooled off now. The wind is blowing in from right center field. We've had a spectacular weekend. It's still nice. It's still 78 degrees, so Jenny can take her gloves off now.
No, I haven't put them on yet. Today is beautiful. I did wear my jacket all day, Friday and Saturday, because, you know, we dipped below 70.
Oh, horrible. Tapia walked in her first at bat. No runs on just one hit for Duke. No runs on 3 hits for Clemson. Reagan Spencer doing a terrific job. Nice bounce back start after taking the loss on Friday night in game 1 of this series. Tapia on base to start things off, drawing the base on balls in just 4 pitches.
Pam, I don't know that we need to discuss what happens when you put on a free pass to lead off an inning. That's usually the recipe for a difficult time in the circle.
Aaliyah Terrell runs for Tapia over at first base. Second time we've seen her in this series. Pinch run. Good speed on the base paths because runs obviously hard to come by so far. Bunt goes down from Goddard, does her job.
And good job communicating. We saw that as a problem earlier in this one as a pitcher went for the bunt and then there was some miscues defensively, but there, third baseman Longaleo able to call off Spencer to get away from that so she could field and move through the throw, and then the catcher Abby Vieira hustling down the line to cover third so that Duke couldn't take advantage of an open base.
Gina Baker trying to do some damage, sends that one, but got too far underneath it. Mackenzie Clark with her first action. Balls have not been getting to the outfield in this game.
I think if they're not coming off of Clemson because of the velocity and location of Kurt's pitches, and Duke, who had combined for 20 hits in games 1 and 2, just cannot seem to get things going here in game 3.
Brianna Jennings was scheduled to hit. With 2 outs and a runner on second. Jennings, who is not a power hitter, is called back into the dugout.
And I like this move to put in a hitter with a little bit more punch, knowing that Jennings is more of a tap-and-go hitter and also a hitter who has been vulnerable to being called out of the box frequently. So you never want to go down with a runner in scoring position to an umpire call of being out of the box. So I like this change by Marissa Young.
Maya Burgess comes out to pinch hit.
And Burgess has been clutch in key moments. She had 2 RBI. She had a 2 RBI double. It was a loss to Campbell, but it was a late inning addition to put her in and try to get more runs, and she was the only runs able to put up on the board in that midweek.
Spencer starts her off with a strike. Pinch runner Terrell over at second. Two-one is hit into left field. Terrell, a little bit of a hesitation and now has to hustle back to third base.
That's exactly why you put Burgess in. She comes through off the bench. It is so hard to be a pinch hitter in a game like this, knowing that it's all on your shoulders. You haven't seen a pitch in the game, but to be able to come off the bench and be just as dynamic as Burgess is able to be, she is such a tool in the belt for Duke.
Now Jennings will come back in and take her place at first, running for Burgess. Burgess pinch hit for Jennings. Good job out there in left field by Ariel Oda to charge the ball and make sure that Terrell did not score from second base.
And as a shortstop, you're going for the ball, so it pulls you away from the third base bag, so nobody was covering third base. Maddie Moore able to get back in case they tried to have some gamesmanship on that, knowing that when Duke has runners on the corners, there are times where they will send the runner at first base and try to create chaos. Spencer hustled back to the circle, though, to keep everybody where they were.
And Kelly Torres coming into this game was 5 for 8, but is 0 for 2 so far today against Spencer, with runners on the corners and 2 away. Duke is just 1 for 5 today with 2 outs. Torres' third straight game leading off.
And when you think about what Reagan Spencer is throwing in the circle, she loves to stay drop, curve, and change heavy. She also has that off-speed drop. Kelly Torres has a batting average of .077 on the rise ball. Well, Reagan Spencer doesn't throw it, so she's going to be okay because she's got a .636 average on the changeup.
That is off the glove of Lungaleo at third, and Duke scores its first run.
How important is that pinch hit now by Burgess to be able to come off the bench cold, get the hit, move the runners, and give Kelly Torres, the unexpected leadoff hitter in this series, to come up with RBI potential. Love the way that Marissa Young has tinkered with her lineup to be so impactful at the top. An easy advancement on a hard hit ball by Torres.
Terrell scores, and another hit up the middle by Davidson. Plates another run, and then the call is safe over at third.
Well, why is it important that they re-enter Jennings for Burgess when she gets on first base? It's because of that right there. So much speed on the bases by Jennings. She absolutely lights up the base paths. And even though Clark almost airmails this one, Lungaleo over there at third thinks she got her out. Marissa Young says safe, and she's right.
Davidson with yet another RBI. They are going to look at it. Clemson is challenging that call at third. By the way, Kelly Torres with that hit towards third base, that has been actually scored an error on Lungaleo. So an unearned run. Then the RBI single by Davidson. Let's take a look.
Yeah, but look at those hops. I mean, that ball should have hit the net back behind, but she's got some pretty good jump skills to be able to bring that one back in. Does she get the tag on the hands or on the helmet before the hands reach the bag? That's a tough angle for us to be able to say that is indisputable evidence. Even that's a tough angle, and you remember that's what these umpires are looking at. So I don't know if there is enough evidence to be able to change the call on the field.
I don't think there is. The call is upheld. So the RBI single by Davidson. Torres advances over to third and gets another giggle about that. Not known for being a speed burner, but we saw her get her first career triple last year, and she was all fired up, and now she was able to beat out that throw.
She says, what do you mean I'm not fast? I'm the leadoff hitter for Duke.
So 2 runs in, both with 2 outs here for Duke. And here is Amina Vega, who is so dangerous. First career grand slam. I just want to correct myself. She did not hit that off of Spencer, but off of the reliever McCubbin in game 1.
And this Duke squad has 7 grand slams. hit by 6 different players. I mean, this is a team that has been hitting the cover off the ball. They started their season with a loss to Oklahoma, then went on a 21-game win streak.
And that grand slam on Friday night was an almost spectacular catch by Mackenzie Clark, who jumped up over the fence, had it in her glove momentarily before it skipped over right around the 220 sign in center.
The defense of Mackenzie Clark out there in center has saved so many runs, but that one tipped off her glove, went out of the yard, and she sat there on the warning track for quite a while to think about that one. She was devastated.
2-2, out of play. Shadows now extending over the infield. The sun shining into the eyes of those on the left side of the field. And the fans over there on the left field berm. Vega lifts that towards Clark. She's got the sunglasses on and squeezes it for the third out. But Duke, with a couple of runs, both coming with 2 away, break through. They're up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
For Duke, she's been able to bring up 6 strikeouts. She has allowed 3 hits, but that ball up in the zone, effectively wild, gets the swing and the miss, has been using that curveball into righties, away from lefties. The last time she faced Duke, she was 2 hit batters away from a perfect game. Well, right now, she's got a 2-run lead.
And Cassidy Curd is out after throwing 71 pitches, and we say hello to Jayla Wright, who's feeling 22 today. Her birthday.
I see what you did there, Pam. When it comes to Jayla Wright in the circle, she is the birthday girl today. So a happy birthday to Jayla Wright as she takes the circle, throwing a dominant drop. Loves to throw the changeup off of that drop too. But there's the birthday queen. Grabbed a quick pic of her before the game.
She got the birthday queen sash. Her family is here. Senior from Charlotte, played her freshman year at Michigan State before transferring much closer to home. And she got the win yesterday, facing Abby Vieira to start things off. It was a little bit, as the English would say, it was kind of a nervy win because she had 4 wild pitches, 3 of them in 1 inning.
It was uncharacteristic. She had just 8 wild pitches on the season and then threw half that many in 1 game. It was definitely not the way that we expect to see her in the circle, and especially Kelly Torres back behind the dish. They were kicking so far away, and she's usually a big wall back there behind the plate.
White also surrendered 5 walks through 105 pitches, but won her 13th game of the season. And had some issues with the clock.
She has a very prolonged pre-pitch routine, and so that pitch, that clock out there should be sitting at 20. They actually took too long to put the 20 up there, so we apologize for exposing that.
Jayla able to toss out Vieira for the first out of the 5th inning. Wednesday night, the Huddle crew has their draft film breakdown special highlighting ACC players. The NFL draft less than 2 weeks away. It's an hour show at 9 Eastern on Wednesday right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
I'll actually be watching the draft this year. My son-in-law entering the draft as an offensive lineman. He did not play in the ACC, but a lot of ACC players up for an opportunity.
Jayla Wright fields her position nicely again. Johnson with the liner right back.
I mean, her energy in the circle is infectious. That smile just lights up the room, and nice little out, a comebacker right back at her off the end of the bat. So it's not a screamer. Because of that, she gets time to get the glove up.
2 quick outs. Now Ariel Oda, the number 9 hitter. Ariel grounded out her first time up. And Jayla also, every time it seems we see her, and we've seen her a lot calling ACC network games, she adds something different to her pre-pitch routine, and this year it's the left hand going straight out. Jenny's favorite second baseman makes the play. Big is good. That was a terrific inning for Jayla Wright. 2-0 Duke.